The new 2018 Dacia Duster have really gone for a more upmarket look. It looks far more executive yet sporty. It's got a new grille, it's got a facelift front, it's got cladding around the bottom, it's also got cladding down the side, it comes with 16-inch alloy wheels, and it's got satin roof rails. Overall, it looks rather cool. The rear on the Dacia looks very smart too. You've got these sculpted rear lenses, you've also got a reversing camera, and the satin chrome finish as well, which gives it just a more sleek look. And don't forget the beasting aerial. Now coming to the boot, the one thing you're probably asking yourself is how roomy is it? What can you get in there? Well, there's no power tailgate, but that's where you save your money. Once you've opened the boot, you can see you've got a rather square space. Very limited load lip, and that's 475 litres. Drop the seats, that will increase to just over 1,630 litres, which means you'll get 2 mountain bikes in there very easily. There's tethering hooks, 12-volt adapter. Now when you lift up the floor, you will not find a tyre inflation kit or a spare wheel, but if you look underneath, you will find a spare wheel. There's also a jack in the side compartment too. What's the Dacia Duster like to drive? It's got a 1.6 petrol engine. It produces about 115 brake horsepower. Now that may sound low, but that's for low strain, isn't it, Michael? To keep the engine nice and strong.
That's it, like, well, when you've got one cylinder to producing more brake horsepower, up to 1.6 is under very little stress, which means it's going to last a very long time.
Exactly, it's a similar strategy to Subaru, isn't it, with the Boxer engine. The brakes are very good. It's responsive enough as well if you're...
You even have an eco mode.
Yeah.
And stop start. Now this Duster, the new generation Duster, has, you know, a lot of cosmetic changes on the outside.
It's far cooler, isn't it?
Yeah, like you get 16-inch alloy wheels. On the inside we've got reversing camera, infotainment system.
Yeah.
It's actually very well equipped.
It is, especially for that price bracket.
Well, it's like this model's just under £14,000.
That's crazy money.
But we've even got, you know, metallic paint. Yeah, it's nice. You know, it's really nice in here.
Yeah, it is.
You know, there are hard plastics.
Yes.
But
that's where they save money, isn't it?
Well, that's it. When you've got a car that's this size, you know, it can fit, you know, 5 people in comfortably and luggage. You're not going to get, you know, anything else for this sort of money. One
thing I would like to see in the Duster is a 6-speed gearbox. You've got 5-speed, but an economy gear would be a better option. But as far as the gearbox goes, it's not notchy, it feels very good, it's got a decent shift to it. The steering feels very good. It goes where you point it, and it weightens up the faster you go. And one thing I did notice when in the car park was it was extremely light for manoeuvring as well. How does it feel handling, Michael, would you say?
It doesn't feel too wallowy, you know, the ride isn't too bouncy, but it's very comfortable.
It is, yeah.
I think it does a very good job at, you know, being comfortable and being able to, you know, to go on long journeys. Yeah. And especially on, you know, A roads and B roads.
And that's the thing, even like at this speed, we're doing 50 miles an hour at 2,000 revs in 5th gear. And you'll be getting the best economy you can. But as you can tell, the engine's not under any strain whatsoever.
No, I think, like you said, the only thing it could benefit with is a 6th gear.
Yes.
I do like the raised ride position here. You have a good view of the road.
Yeah.
Very good for children, you know, travel sickness and all that.
Yeah. You've got good visibility with this vehicle, as you mentioned, the ride height, but it's also got a sleek, stylish look too, hasn't it?
That's it. It's I definitely think with the alloy wheels and the new styling that it definitely stands out a lot more than the previous generation.
It certainly does.
Even inside we've got air conditioning, sat nav, reversing camera. You know, you're
very well kitted out for the price, isn't it?
That's it. You've got cruise control. Of course, you can get the 4-wheel drive model
with a powerfuler engine as well.
Like the dashboard's overall sculpting is very nice. You know, you've got, you know, the air vents, you've got the nice switch gear, and
well, everything has a nice feel to it, doesn't it?
That's it. You know, you've even got the sculpting on the pull handle for the door.
Yeah.
Like there is a lot, you know, there is a lot of hard plastic, but it's robust, it's functional.
It is lightened up with a chrome effect on the doors as well as the handle.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see, you know, that dotted around other areas of the cabin.
And maybe some padding on this arm armrest as well.
But everything feels, you know, very well screwed together.
Yeah. When it comes to the quality of the interior, everything is, well, it's very well designed. I like the triple vents in the middle. I mean, as you said, it is hard plastic, but it looks very good. It's very well sculpted, as you mentioned.
That's it, like the switchgear has a nice feel to it. It might have been nice to see some sort of satiny bezel around the sat-nav.
Yes.
They've gone for things that you actually use.
Yes.
You know, things that have been added, you know, reversing cameras, curtain side airbags, you know, they're all fairly important parts to add to a car.
Yes, they really are. And as you mentioned before, it's well, it's a rather nice place to be. It's comfortable, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, even looking into the back with the privacy glass, it's still nice and light and airy back there because you've got large windows.
Yes.
Like this car does
I've
have.
heard that phrase before.
I know. This car does have a fairly boxy dimension.
It does.
But it works very well for interior cabin space.
Yes.
And also, it doesn't appear too boxy on the outside with the
I think
styling
it looks rather
tweaks.
cool.
Yeah, right. I think this metallic paint colour that we've got looks very, very good indeed.
Look, that's what I mean. As you mentioned, it does have some really great functionality.
All around electric windows, cruise control.
With speed limiter.
We've got auto lights as well.
From a driver's perspective, it's very nice. It's got a leather steering wheel. It feels really good. And one thing I have noticed is travelling at 55 doesn't really feel like you're travelling at 55, does it?
No, speed is very sort of deceptive in this car.
It is,
you don't, like, it feels like we're sort of trundling around 40, I would say.
Yes, exactly. Okay, that handles well. Right, okay. Even with spirited driving, you can push it round a corner and it will grip. So I'm very, very pleasantly surprised. It's come a long way since the earlier one that I drove in. I think it was around 2015. I mean, that was quite a talky machine, but it was nowhere near as refined or as... What's the word?
I think before you would buy a Dacia Duster for its functionality alone, that was its main selling point. However, now you've got style, you've got convenience, you've got functionality.
You certainly have.
You've got, you know, a lot of conveniences that you find on far more expensive cars.
I know. Yeah, Dacia have really upped their game, haven't they? Very impressed.
It'd be interesting to see what one's like over a week. Overall, we're very impressed with the Dacia Duster.
It's got a decent engine, it's economical enough, and it's very roomy as well. And it comes with things like reversing camera, cruise control, and automatic headlamps.
And don't forget, this model is just under £14,000, so it's very well priced.
It is very good value.